Game on.
Yeah, I think in general now, as we talked with Dan earlier on, there's so much darts now. They're playing every week. The standard is improving. It's getting more consistent.
96.
And if you don't run with the pack, you get left behind very quickly.
Well, Dekker will be looking to put on a performance in front of a home crowd. He is a winner in this venue before. He won the Hull Open here in 2011.
85.
So he knows what it's like to win on this stage. And he'll be looking to bury the Undertaker today.
Yes, I think his nickname.
109.
Well, those three darts have said he's still that. Yes, I think they used to call him the Coat. I don't know if he's still got that nickname. That's got to be down as the weirdest
60.
nickname in darts, I believe.
Double Dekker now, Jan Dekker. But yeah, he did used to be called the Cut and come out in a sort of white blazer on his walk-on.
96.
Looked quite excitable in his walk-on today, and he's fired in a 180 already.
100. You only require 129.
Well, he's going to have to go down for the 19s, although he doesn't have to check this out on a bullseye because Kevin Thomas a long way off at the moment.
57.
Now, this is where a 140 or even a 180 really puts the pressure on. Now, that is an absolute perfect dart. He dropped his other one, which does not help. Just take a big, deep breath now. He's done exactly the right thing there, Chris. Not tried to throw it too quickly. Get a bit of a rush of blood to the head.
100. You only require 72.
So Dekker looking at 72 to take this first leg and hold his throw. Went for the treble 20. Now he wants double 16, and he gets it.
Shot in the first leg.
Dekker first off the mark here.
Second leg, Kevin to throw first.
Decent first leg,
Game
15
on.
darts.
Yes, you'd class that as a nice settler down. I mean, 15 darts with the throw. You're not going to lose many first
100.
legs of your match if you're going to check out in 15.
Kevin Thomas, he's been in the PDC since 2013.
42.
I think it was his second or third event on the floor. He hit a 9-darter.
Yeah, do you know what? He's one of those players. I remember him coming and watching him thinking, do you know what? This guy could really make some inroads. And
55.
he kind of hit a brick wall, didn't he? And he's not really stepped up to the plate as we thought he may do.
Yeah, when he made the switch, he just narrowly missed out on a last 16 spot at the World Masters. He'd beat players like Daryl Gurney along the way to that tournament. Came over to the PDC, hits a 9-darter, qualified for the UK Open.
45.
But it just shows how incredibly high the standard is that he's been unable to really follow up on that. Dekker himself
58.
got his tour card by topping the Challenge Tour Order of Merit last year.
Yes, there is plenty of routes before you have to go to Q School. I mean, that Q School is a grawl, 400 people
60.
fighting there out for around about 30 places a year, and that is tough. I can assure there's some great dart players. But we also have the Youth Tour, or what we call the Development Tour now, where tour cards go out. And then the Challenge Tour, the top two of the Challenge do get their own tour cards. And it's good prize money now, £10,000 a tournament. Now there's 19 Development Tour events next year. I think there's 16 or maybe 20 Challenge Tour events. So, not only a chance to get a tour card, but a way of sponsoring yourself for the following year.
Yeah, Jan Dekker and Richie Korn are the two beneficiaries of that Challenge Tour system
77.
last year.
141.
Well, Kevin's going to get at least 6 darts from 141. Just needs to find a treble, which he has. Goes for the 25 here and always hits the bullseye.
130.
The amount of times, and I can assure you, they look at the bullseye. They don't aim for the 25. The bullseye takes over your complete concentration and your vision.
So you're actually aiming at the bullseye and kind of hoping you miss.
Yes, you are. Exactly that. And anybody that says that, no, they aim for the green bit, it doesn't, because the red bit takes complete focus of your eyes.
3.
No, that's a
You only
bad miss.
require 82.
Now he wants the bullseye, does Jan Dekker.
Double top.
62.
Just under, and Thomas gets a reprieve, but he's got to take full advantage of this opportunity. Inside the double 4 this time, going down the board for double 2, inside again, double 1. And he gets it. Last dart in hand, levels the match. Showed some composure and held his nerve there, Kevin Thomas, and it's 1-1.
He was unlucky because the double 4 was right on the inside wire, and the double 2, you know, both good thrown darts. Sometimes you then panic, but he didn't. He just kept his rhythm, kept his shape. However, he didn't with that first one.
81.
Jan Dekker, a twice Lakeside semi-finalist.
Yeah, he played in the Grand Slam of darts a couple of times, didn't he?
Yeah,
97.
he's a talented player, Jan, and it's an interesting route. We were talking about the Challenge 2 before. It's an interesting route for a player switching from the BDO to maybe they don't make it through Q School, and then they can go on to the Challenge Tour.
125.
Get some confidence, get some wins, get a tour card, and
That's exactly right. And also the players that have not got the experience, you know, that route of development tour, Challenge Tour on the Q School is a better route than just being thrown in at that Pro Tour status. And a lot of players,
55.
you know, they're going to get their backsides kicked jumping straight onto that. But the experience that you learn over the years, it isn't just, you know, a one-year fix. It's a 5-year apprenticeship.
96.
And all the newcomers too, if they do that, just set themselves goals, not not too far in advance. You know, realistic goals each year, and do it on a 5-year period, and then that's what you do. But if you're expecting too much out of yourself, then it possibly is you're never going to make the first stages.
well, Dekker, that dart looks to be kind of blocking the treble there. And he had an attempt at getting over it. What else could he have done there? Not much.
Well, he could have gone treble 16 for the bullseye. A lot of players, I know a Mervyn King would have done that, probably a Michael van Gerwen. But the 320s, but sometimes at the end of the day, is not the worst thing in the world, but he missed that second dart.
60. He only requires 74.
Just coming back for a combination finish rather than maybe a cleaner one. He'll get one dart at the double.
Well, he was low on this before, wasn't he?
54.
Yeah, he's low on it again.
80.
Thomas now with a chance to break the throw, and he gets a treble. Double 10. Inside, up the board for double 5.
70.
Big chance there for Kevin Thomas.
Yes, it certainly was, to break the throw. Dekker steps up for the double 10. And that flight, has that blocked it a bit? Oh, and I think it did catch that flight coming in and just deflected into the 15s.
It certainly looked that way. Thomas having a word with himself, trying to psych himself up. Decent guide. And follows it in.
Kevin
Thomas with a break of throw. And it's missed double Dekker at the moment, Rod.
Yes, it certainly is. I thought that Jan should have moved to the left-hand side of that hockey and opened up the double. Sometimes we get a camera angle, I'm sure we will sometime in this match, by moving across.
45.
You know, and you've got the dart line on the outside of the double on that right-hand side. It kind of serves as a little bit of a brick wall, so you've always got the advantage if you over-pitch it, hit the flight in the stem and come into the double. But from the angle that Jan Dekker was throwing, the flight was covering up 3/4 of that double 10.
Yeah, his darts have, the angles his darts have landed a couple of times, have caused him a problem in this match so far. Is there a certain ideal way for a player to the angle for the
I think it's all about your throw and you know, the grip on your dart that tells you how your dart's going to go in the board. I mean, the way Phil Taylor, he was the first one really, although there was a bloke called Brian Langworth from Yorkshire, used to really lay his darts down.
140.
But the way Phil throws the dart, he's automatically laid down, which gives you an advantage that you just lay the darts on top. However, like with Jan Dekker at stick up, you know, if they're just above
60.
the treble or just in the top of the treble, it makes it easier because you can overpitch a little bit, put a little bit more power in the arm, and you will get deflections. The same with Kevin. His darts
55.
kick up. there has been a few players, I have to say, that have tried to throw like Phil Taylor. I mean, Mark Durbridge comes to mind, changed his dart, changed his throw, and I feel it messed Mark up for years. Although he is playing well now and had a 9-dart leg at the weekend.
Yeah, flash of brilliance from the man they call Flash, Mark Durbridge, in the weekend. We've seen certain players try little equipment changes and things like that to try and sort of change the way the darts enter the board. Here, though, Dekker looking at a 113 checkout. And again, he comes inside the double.
Yeah, that's a bit tension. That's what causes that. A double 16 for Kevin Thomas for a 3-1 lead. Important dart here, and an important dart it was. Those 2 legs clear. I mean, in actual fact, that's worth 2 legs because he would have either been at 2-all, but now he's 2 legs clear at 3-1.
Dekker looking to fill it up. Gives George Noble a chance to exercise his vocal cords with that famous 180 shout. And a 180 at the start of a leg, we always get a little bit excited.
100.
Can't follow it on this occasion, but it's important for him to hold his throw here
59.
because he's in danger of letting this match slip away from him.
Well, there's the perfect example of what we were talking about, stacking or bouncing off, and Kevin Thomas had 2 just above, just on that top wire, and the 3rd dart just clattered into them and bounced in the treble.
44.
Now, that's a great angle. Really like that angle. It just shows you how the darts, although he didn't really do us any favours, Kevin, because I thought he was going to show us a bounce in off the flight and the stem there.
Let's see what Dekker can do now. That's a difficult dart to get over, so he's got to switch.
That's why he's had to switch, exactly. You see, that's covering up 3/4 of that treble 20. Not only the barrel, but the flight, because that's where the point's coming in from. Well, that's a decent dart as well.
98. You only require 160.
Big ask for Dekker. And again, he comes under the treble.
Needed a treble, didn't he, to put any pressure on there. Kevin Thomas may have 6 darts from here. I'd like to wrap it up in 3. Well, the treble 19 and the double 8 will wrap it up. Double 8 it is for a 4-1 lead.
117. You only require 117.
May get a chance to come back and still get that 4-1 lead. Dekker does definitely need a treble in this combination. Moving down the board. Gone in the wrong bed that time, so
61.
Thomas to break through again
16.
and lead the Dutchman 4-1 here in Venray. Double 4 now. Double 2.
14.
And we have to say they were a long way off. That was a great
56.
scoring leg from Kevin, but he did not finish it off, so Dekker's going to get 2 darts at double top. Only needs the
Charge
one.
to the 5th leg on Dekker.
However, that was only to break to hold the
Kevin
throw,
to
so that's
throw
not the end of the
first.
world for Kevin Thomas,
Game on.
because he's still got that breaker throw in the bank.
But nonetheless, a huge opportunity there for him to take a 4-1 lead. Maybe that was going through his head. How big
85.
that leg could have been for him. But chance to compose himself. It's, well, you'll know better than me, Rod. How important is it to just let the last leg go? And you can't be
60.
thinking about that when you...
No, you can't. Otherwise, you're going to lose this leg as well. And like I say, that's where the experience comes in. That's where the scar tissue, as we call it. Well, you can see he's got Richie Burnett flights on there as Kevin Thomas.
55.
Yeah, proud Welshman. Former Welsh international at both youth and senior level.
Yeah, it's one of the characters in the game, Richie.
96.
And one to add to the long list of quality Welsh darts players that we were talking about before.
Now, that is the perfect dart. Not only the stem, but look at the flight, the V of the flight.
100.
And he'll be disappointed with that because the V of the flight made that treble 20 bigger.
Dekker only manages to muster up 41 on that visit, so Thomas in control here. But he's slipped into the 5 now.
85.
And a big treble to rescue him from a scrappy couple of darts before that.
58.
Just seems like Jan Dekker's struggling a little bit at the moment. Perhaps the occasion. He's the first Dutchman to appear in
60.
to have a chance of, you know, getting a win. He'd probably be the favourite for the match. In front of his home crowd. Wants to be here tomorrow. Sometimes those kind of pressures, maybe Rod, can affect performance.
Yes, and also he's rushing a few darts. I mean, when you're playing at the top of your game and you're comfortable, you know, it's okay to rush them. Kevin Thomas now, he won't rush this double top.
76.
Especially on the switching, Jan Dekker's been rushing, but he's going to come down for 2 treble 19s, which he's not going to do, so he's back up now. Yeah, just a little bit inconsistent.
54.
Drifting outside of the big numbers.
So it's tops for Thomas. 10s. 5s. And it's in this time. 4-2 to Kevin Thomas.
Seventh leg on to throw first.
21 darts that leg took. The doubling has not been fantastic in this match.
140.
Thomas giving himself more opportunities.
Yeah, he's leading. He wouldn't call it power scoring, but he is leading the scoring. He's Thomas.
60.
You just feel that, you know, one player to put in a good 3 darts at level 15s would possibly be easily good enough to get control of the game. And that's what it's all about. I mean, Thomas is in control now, but this is where he needs to push on.
And he does exactly that this time. Maximum from Kevin Thomas, his first of the match.
Yeah, the first 9 dart average we'd have to say poor from players of this sort of standard. They'll know that. They would say exactly that as well. The overall average has been brought down because of the doubles.
60. On your require 170.
So the biggest finish of them all, and it's a possibility. Wants another treble, gets another. Will he go for it? He does, and he moves the wire of the bullseye.
He did move it as well.
Are you a fan of going for that? Do you think he needed it to just get himself going a little bit?
Well, there's a lot of players that wouldn't go that way. I mean, Phil Taylor possibly one of them in a situation like this. But the 170, yes, everyone should go for it because that's what the crowd want to see now.
But it didn't matter in the end because he gave himself 2 darts at a double and he hit one of them.
Game on.
Close game. 4-3 to Thomas. Concentration. And the result is a maximum. Number 2 for Kevin Thomas.
Yes, and it's all down to the first dart. Absolutely plumb position in the treble 20 makes it so much easier. As is that. He should use that as well.
140.
Well, you can see the facial expression from Kevin Thomas, what he thought of that first dart. But
95.
That's not a bad backup to a 180 when you're throwing first in the leg. You know, 180.95, you're going to be more than happy.
Yeah, visibly disgusted with himself, Kevin
96.
Thomas, for not keeping hopes alive of a 9-dart attempt. But he's in the treble again.
140.
Good leg, great leg when Dekker had just got himself in the match.
Yeah, a very strong leg. On the throw, you want 86 after 9 darts in a real crucial leg here because it puts him 1 leg away from a win. He's going to get at least 6. May only need the 2, and he does. A brilliant 11-dart leg from Kevin Thomas. And when we say, you know, get control of the game and then punish your opponent, that's exactly what he's done there.
Now Dekker in need of 3 legs on the spin to pull off a great escape in this match. And he's only gone off 60 with his first 3 darts of this leg. So Thomas a chance. But this time his darts are low, and as
60.
You've been sharing, Rod, for both these players, that's not ideal at all.
No, I mean, you know, I keep saying it. The first dart is your line and length, your range, whatever you'd like to call it. And normally,
57.
if your dart is way off the target, sometimes it's better to switch targets because your darts normally find where the first one is. Now he's staying there again.
And again, he's gone underneath.
60.
And you heard the clatter of the third dart hitting the first one, and where, you know, with the second dart, if it had come down to the 19s, he's got a nice big open target. It's only 3 off the treble 20. It's not a great
96.
loss.
$45.
Yeah, neither player setting the world alight in this leg, so Dekker with an opportunity to keep his hopes alive. And this time he finds a treble.
100.
Yeah, Kev Thomas just dropping short of that
60.
treble.
And it's well short as well, Chris, isn't it? I mean, he's an inch short on that first and second dart. If he switches to the 19s, for obvious reasons, it's not as far to that treble 19 as it is to the tops. You haven't got to push the dart, which Kevin is what he's been doing. Now, that's a better dart. He's getting angry, and he's fine.
121.
Well, that third dart was silly thrown, as it happens.
Threw those 2 darts in at Ricky Evans' speed. And Dekker's got a chance here. He switched across. He doesn't fancy Kevin Thomas to get this 155.
Well, we've seen it a few times where the wrong decision has cost you the game.
139. You only require 32.
Double 16 then to stay in the match.
No score.
Second dart really close on the wire, and now Thomas
16.
is throwing for the match here. Double 8. Double 4. Thomas gets it. Kevin Thomas knocks Jan Dekker out of the Dutch Darts Masters with a 6-3 victory. Plenty more to come this afternoon here in Venray.